சரிங்களா?
ம்.
Hello guys, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So yesterday someone was asking some question from EPUB. Can you repeat your question?
Yes, sir. Myself only, sir.
Yeah,
Mahinder. Sir,
yeah.
they asked me, what is this? Sir, your voice is not audible.
You cannot hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
Yeah, because you were speaking, that's why I was on pause. Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, what is the advanced thing now in latest in any advanced in EPIP, sir?
Latest in EPUB.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have one circular which was the latest from EPUB. We are going to read that circular and see if anything is there for you for in that particular document.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sir. Is they survey told me they had added something in the top of the EPIP, like that was he told me. So I didn't get his question.
Okay,
That's why.
no problem. We'll see.
Okay.
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 Um, just give me a moment so that I can open that file. I hope you can see PDF on your screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the document name is MSC 407101 adopted on 14th of June 2019. This is the latest document what they have issued for the EPUB. And this is
Okay, sir.
regarding the performance standard for floating emergency position
Positioning
indicating
radio beacons.
radio beacon operating on 406 megahertz. This is some of the, in every document you will find this. Okay. Can you see this one? There are some recommendations. If
Yes, sir.
installed on or after 1st of July 2022, conform to performance standard and type approval standard not inferior to those specified in annex to that present resolutions. Okay. If installed before 1st of July 2022, confirm that the performance standard not inferior that's listed in this resolution number 810. So again, we have to go for another document then. Okay, we'll just see here if we get anything. Yeah, so these are should be the requirement for the EPUB. It should be fitted with adequate mean to prevent the inadvertent activation. So earlier there were the cases where by mistake it got activated, and be designed at electrical portion or watertight at the depth of 10 meter for at least 5 meter 5 minute. Consideration should be given to the temperature variation of 45 degree during the transition from the mounted position to immersion. The harmful effect of a marine environment, condensation, water leakage should not affect the performance of the beacon
Beacon.
and should be automatically activated. Obviously, this was before also automatically activated, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
capable
sir.
of manual activation and deactivation. This was also before. Provide with a mean to indicate that the signal are being emitted and being capable of floating upright in calm weather, having positive stability and sufficient buoyancy. It should be capable of tested without being using satellite to determine that the EPUB is capable of operating properly and be highly visible yellow orange color and be fitted with the retrofitting material. But we cannot see, they are saying something is latest here. These are the what we say, these are the function of the EPUB, but earlier also we were doing it, right?
Sir, is there anything have been added additionally to this EPUB equipment, sir? Latest?
I think they must have added these, that it should be able to work in -20 to +55, icing and 100 knot speed, and after stow a temperature between -30 to 70 degree. Because earlier what we are reading here, this is already being implemented before 22 only.
Okay, sir.
Let's see if they are say anything else apart from this. Because for identifying if they've added anything, then we should know that what was written in the last document also, right?
Yes, sir.
Then only we can make out. Because in this particular document, by the date or something, they have not said anything that after this date your EPUB should meet this particular requirement. Or
Okay, sir.
just for the safer side, you can tell it is regarding the performance standard of the EPUB.
EPUB.
And,
Okay, sir.
and in the performance standard, what you can add, it should be able to operate in -20 to 55 degree Celsius in icing
Even in
condition,
icing condition,
in the relative
it's
window of 100 knots,
not.
and after storage at the temperature of -30 degree to +70
Okay.
degrees Celsius, it
Okay.
should be able to operate. See, I'm not saying this answer is authenticated, because for authentication we need to refer this previous document. What was that document number? MSc 120 and MSc 56. Okay,
Okay,
then
sir.
only
Okay.
we can say. But for the safer side, uh, rather than not answering anything, you can answer something, right?
Yes, sir. Right.
So this is going to be your opening line, that it is regarding the performance standard of EPUB, and then you can add the point what I told you.
Okay. Okay, sir.
I'll just see if I can find some more thing in the same, but
Okay.
as if now you can answer this.
Sir, in the construction wise, whether they asked regarding this construction wise or else regarding this regulation, something this latest regulation wise, I don't know what he was expecting. But just whatever this construction regulation wise means, what you have shown is right. So we
Hmm.
can answer like that. But
Yeah,
construction wise,
but
if the anything they have added means, you can tell me, sir.
sorry, I didn't got the what exact thing what you are trying to say.
Yeah, sir, what I am telling is this is what you have shown now is
Hmm.
regarding the regulations. What is the latest regulations? The
Yes, yes.
construction, what all are the parts in the EPUB? Is there any construction wise they have changed anything or else they have added anything to that equipment?
So this is also construction wise. Now this is a regulation. So you have to implement this in the construction only, right? So that you can operate in -20, so that you can use the appropriate material, right? All the
Okay, sir.
material will not be able to operate in -20.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So now you have your cell phone, right? Is it going to be
Yeah, right.
operate in -20? Maybe yes, maybe no.
Okay, sir.
So obviously you have to amend all this in the construction part.
Okay, right, sir. Right, sir. Understood, sir.
And just you can take screenshot of this page also, and you can, these are the thing you can tell about the EPUB to the surveyor, apart from the latest one, right?
Okay, sir.
So I'm not going to dictate it. You can just take screenshot and read later on.
Yes, sir. I took the screenshot, sir. I had taken, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. One thing you can say in the construction wide, now they have started EPUB with HRU unit. Have you seen that? EPUB with HRU? Anyone?
What?
No, sir.
No. So
This
it
might
looks,
be a new development.
yeah, this is the new development. Looks like this is the new
Okay.
development.
HRU unit has to be fitted.
Yes. And this is
Okay.
the
But this
requirement for
answer
the
I had told him, sir. But
HRU.
where? Yes, I told him this HR unit.
Hmm.
But how it will operate, he asked me. So I don't know.
How
I
EPUB
don't
will
know.
operate or how HRU will operate.
HR unit.
So you know how HRU operates.
Yes, sir, by
No?
the water pressure. Yes.
Yeah, by the water pressure, what is going to happen?
The weak link will break.
Weak link will break or the rope, it will cut the rope.
It will cut the rope. It will cut the rope, which
It
is
will cut the rope. And
yes, sir.
at how many meter deep it is going to cut the rope?
I think
4
2
meters.
meters.
4.5 meter.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And obviously, then it is going to be come on the surface and it will be able to transmit your position.
Okay, sir. So that time I got some stuck in this one, so I didn't answer properly.
Then if you are not able to tell HRU, then
Yes, sir.
obviously the full safety is going to be impacted, right?
Yes, right,
Because
sir. Right.
HRU, we expect on board everybody, even our cadet, when they join and they have successfully completed their 1 day or one session of their training for LSA FFA, we expect them to tell from the next session how to operate, how this HRU is going to be operated,
Sir,
right?
HRE, how it will operate, that I told him. But
Hmm.
he asked me this, what is the additional new regarding? So he asked like that. So I
Okay.
don't know. So in that one
Okay.
I asked.
Another question, since we are discussing about HRU. So do you have the HRU on your life raft?
Yes, sir.
So how it is going to operate? Similar
Same,
fashion, right?
similar. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Similar. Sir.
So another question they are asking is, now your HRU has operated. Your ship is going to sink more, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
is your life raft is free from the ship right now or is still attached to the ship? When your HRU operates,
Okay, sir.
It's still attached, sir. The painter
still
is still connected. We have to disconnect the painter.
yes.
Otherwise, it will
And
go with the
finally,
ship.
when your ship is sinking more, then because of the
Only it
more water pressure,
It will burst.
yeah, it is going to open up your life raft, right?
Yes, yes.
yes, sir.
Okay. Now your life raft is still attached to your ship. How it is going to come off?
So by pulling that
Either you can cut the
once,
painter, right?
yes, sir.
But
Yes, sir.
what do you have? You have the weak link, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have the weak link. Obviously, you are not going to have the guts to go to the ship which is sinking because there will be a lot of drag which is going to pull you into the center where the water is ingressing into the ship, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. So you cannot go there and cut the rope. So suppose this weak link is not going to break, then what is going to happen? Your life raft is going to sink along with the ship. Your life raft is going to sink. Ideally, it should sink, right?
If weak link doesn't break, then it will sink.
Yeah, if weak link will not break or if you can't go near it and cut the rope, then obviously it should sink. But what happens if your weak link doesn't break and your ship is sinking more, the pressure, the force on the rope is going to get increased, right? And when
Yes,
this
sir.
force is reaching on the rope up to 127 Newton meter, your rope is going to get break. So this is the another safety, just to make sure your rope is going to be break and your
Break.
life raft will be free from your ship when your ship is sinking.
Okay, sir.
At
Clear?
127 Newton meters, sir.
Yes,
This much pressure if came means it will break.
it will break.
Right, sir.
So either
Okay, sir.
two things is going to happen. Either your ship is going to be sit on the surface so that this pressure will not reach. And if it is not, if it not sinking more deep, obviously then you can go near and cut the painters, right?
Right, sir.
It is touching the bottom. so it is not going to sink further. So obviously you can go there and cut the rope, but if it is sinking more, then this rope is going to be break and your life raft will be free from your ship.
Sir, any regulation regarding this
Yeah,
length?
this is the regulation for the painter.
Okay, sir.
Length of the painter?
Yeah, there is a regulation for the length of the painter also. I don't remember the exact how many meter it should be. Okay.
I think it's 14 meter or something. Anyways, we'll check once more. I'll check once more.
But they are not asking how much is the length of the painter. I never seen such questions in, at least for MEO2. But they want to know whether you know or not that you have one more safety apart from your weak link. And additionally, they want to know to you should not tie this chain this painter on board your ship because this is the approved rope, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you cannot replace this rope with any other rope. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to start another topic. What topic we have decided in the last class? Risk assessment. No, we have done the risk assessment,
Risk
right?
assessment with me you have done. I think which is left is CO2 for me.
CO2. Okay. CO2, then we are going to start with CO2.
Other participants are comfortable with CO2 system. Then
I think they have not attended any class.
okay.
What Mahendra,
No,
you
sir,
are
I didn't attend this
and
one, sir.
Selton
CO2.
with you same, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think only who was the other guy? Vasant, right?
Oh, Vasant, yes, sir.
Yeah, he only attended CO2. Okay. So first we are going to look at this diagram and we are going to make out a lot of things from this diagram. And let me just make a little bit big for you. I hope you can see now clearly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here what we can see, these are the two pilot
Pilot.
bottle and there are two cabinet. Why two cabinet? First question.
One is for fire control station, another is in locals.
Yeah, very good. So one is in the CO2 room, the other one is in local. Raghav, it was you where we have had the discussion regarding your super told you can go inside your CO2 room as soon as you open the door. Not you?
No, no, sir.
Okay. So what happened with one of the candidate? This superintendent came on board and he wanted to inspect the CO2 room. So that is the normally what we are doing. We are starting the fan and we are waiting for at least 2-3 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
So the superintendent told them how you can wait for 2-3 minutes. There is an emergency and you are going to wait for this. So what is going to be your reply for the same? If somebody is giving you a scenario like that, suppose you are second engineer, you are going on a round with super and you have started the fan, you have opened the door and you are waiting for few minutes. And he's asking second why you are waiting, why you are not going inside. Suppose this is a real emergency. So are you going to wait? Then what is going to be your reply? So in their case, what happened? Superintendent told them you can go inside CO2 room without ventilation. Guys, anybody tells you something like that, don't follow blindly. You cannot go inside CO2 room without ventilation. Okay. If somebody is telling there is an emergency, then you can say, I'm going to go on the local panel and I'm going to operate CO2. I'm not going to come inside the CO2 room when there will be emergency. Right?
Okay, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
And anyway, we are wasting a lot of time before releasing CO2. We are raising the alarm. We are taking the head count. So by the time you are raising the alarm, make a checklist like that. Someone will go and start the fan, then only going to come to the muster point. right?
Yes.
And don't just follow them blindly, because everyone one has their opinion and their experience. Maybe as per his experience, he is telling you like that. Maybe he, when we are going to listen his point of view, maybe he is correct. But we know there can be a leakage of CO2, and if CO2 leakage will be there, what is going to happen? You are going to collapse. And you were already having a one emergency like fire, then only you are using CO2, right? And now you are having the another emergency to resuscitate this person who is lying inside the CO2 room, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't land up with the second emergency. Okay. Now further, what is this? Micro switch, right? What is the
Yes, sir.
purpose of the micro switch?
This is the door switch to raise
Door-
the alarm.
Opening
And,
the door.
So as soon as you are going to open the door, what is going to happen?
You will receive alarm, sir.
alarm
Alarm
will-
will sound and
and the ventilation system, the dampers will shut down.
everything will shut down, right? Which is responsible for the air, like
Yes.
your damper and
Fans.
blowers.
Blows,
Okay,
engine
great.
room fans.
So now you can see you are going to open wall number 1 or 2, and as soon as you are going to open the wall number 1, the line is going to the master control wall. So it is going to open the master wall, right? And line number 2 is going to the time delay unit, which is having a bypass line as well, and bypass wall should always be closed. Why do you have the time delay unit?
Sir, in case of anyone stuck in the engine room or else
So obviously what happened?
The
somebody
line will
leave.
not get pressurized, sir. That's why. That's safety purpose.
What safety? Can you repeat?
The master wall line will not. The master main line, main manifold, the pressure will not get. Sorry, the line will not get pressurized, sir. That's the purpose.
The master wall should get open completely.
Yeah, very good. So this is the safety one for the master wall, and another safety for what? For your crew who is working in that space where you are going to operate CO2. It might
Executive.
be possible
Yes, sir.
somebody operated the CO2 without the muster. Okay. You can say accidental release of CO2, right? There can be a
Yes.
possibility. So the alarm will sound, and these guys have the some time to evacuate this place. And another thing you told correct, that it is going to let the master wall open completely, because in case of emergency, maybe you are going to open wall number 2 first, right? If you are opening wall number 1 first and waiting for some time and opening 2, then everything is good. But they are not relying on you. They are keeping it as another safety, that master wall can operate without any pressure. So now further you can see this is going on the bottle, and what is going to
Yes, sir.
happen on the bottle? It is going to operate the
And
cartridge
fine.
assembly on top of the CO2, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
your CO2 will be released from the bottle. What is the form of CO2 inside the bottle?
Liquefied CO2.
Liquid form.
Liquefied CO2, right?
Yes.
So another question what surveyor are asking is how you are going to make sure that 85% of CO2 has been released in 2 minutes. Have you heard about this question?
Yes, sir.
So how you are going to make sure 85% has been released in 2 minutes?
The gas pressure.
Gas pressure. Anything else? So we are keeping CO2 in the liquid form. And what is going to happen if you are keeping CO2 in the liquid form? You are having
Highly compressed.
siphon tube, right?
Liquid.
And we are releasing liquid CO2 into the line. We are not releasing
Yes.
gas. So obviously, if you are releasing gas, what is going to happen? The pressurized gas will go in one shot, but remaining CO2 will be there in the cylinder only, right?
Yes.
So we are not doing that, and we are releasing the liquid CO2. So first thing is that by keeping our cylinder with a siphon tube, we are making sure that We are releasing 85% of CO2. Another thing is your pipeline and everything is designed in such a manner that they are not going to cause any restriction in release of CO2. So that is the another thing. Your system is designed like that. So there are two things. And how you are going to make sure that 85% has been released? So suppose you been inside your CO2 room and there is frosting on this pipeline on all the cylinder. What does it mean? All the cylinder has been punctured, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And another thing, you can go inside and touch the cylinder. If your cylinders are cooled, then your
CO2
CO2 has been released from that particular
cylinder.
cylinder. Okay. Next thing is non-return wall. Why this non-return wall is there?
Provide the backflow of.
Why you want to prevent the backflow? So now
Mhm.
what? Okay, you like to tell?
Sir, during pressure testing of the system, or the air blow, the air should not go inside and puncture the wall.
So why they putting on each bottle? You can put one wall here directly, right? Why you are spending so much of money?
Accidental release of one bottle.
Accidental release of one bottle. You are going closer. Elaborate it.
In case accidental release from one bottle, that will puncture all the manifold.
Yes. So it will going to puncture all the bottles, right?
Okay.
CO2 will release from air, go and release there, right? And so on. Okay. Then what you can see is pressure switch. What is the function for the pressure switch? What is the function of the pressure switch? If there will be leakage from any of the bottle, it is going to sound the alarm. Okay. It is going to detect the leakage. Then obviously you have the pressure gauge and the test air wall where you can blow and check the lines are and nozzles are clear. I hope you must have done this test, right? Air blow test.
Yes, sir.
Next thing we can see is relief wall. What is the purpose of the relief wall?
Again, sir, this accidental release may be.
No.
If the master valve is shut and one of the bottle is open, it will go to the atmosphere with raising the alarm. Pressure will be.
No, not for the accidental. You are correct, but partially correct. You are going to think more. I think you can tell the correct answer.
If master valve remain closed,
Yes. If your master wall is not opening and your all the CO2 cylinder has been released, then only it is going to operate. And where it is going to lead?
atmosphere.
To the atmosphere. So sometimes surveyor wants you to draw your CO2 system, especially in the offline oral. So you have to draw it is going to the free
Outside.
space outside CO2 room. And they are particularly looking for this one. If you are just make a line, they are going to take it at it is releasing inside the CO2 room. Okay. And then your oral is gone. Okay. Now this space, what you can see here is, it is designed for one system. Now suppose this is going to engine room. So as the engineer, can you draw or can you extend this system for cargo space also? What you have to do? You have to take a tapping from here, put a master control wall, right?
Okay.
And put one more cabinet. Let's put one cabinet here. Join this line. Join this line to the bottle number wall number 1 and join this line to wall number 2, right? And now you can branch this line wherever you want, right? I hope you will be able to do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are going to see in detail, more detail.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, on my most of the ships, the COP system, the procedure clearly indicate either open number one wall, either open number two wall, or
Okay.
either open both the walls. CO2 will,
This number one, this number two, or this number one, this number two?
yeah, number one, number two.
What
The
is written here? No,
number
they are
one,
not talking about this number one, number two. They are talking about this wall number one and wall number two, or you can say A and B. Okay. They are talking about either you can open this bottle, or you can open this bottle, or you can open both bottles.
so
So what do you think? You should open one, two, or both?
both.
Both. And but the system is designed in such a way, if you are going to open any one of them also, still it is going to operate. But for the safer side, they are saying operate both. Okay. I hope you were asking the same question. Raghav, any doubt?
No, sir, no, sir. So it's
Okay.
I don't have this actual written wall one or two because there was only two walls inside the cabinet, not four walls.
Yeah. Because this is a bottle wall, na? Have you seen the bottle? Okay, let me see if we can get some picture from Google for the bottle. Just wait.
So again, this pressure switch is only indication of raising alarm in case of accidental release. Is that the right answer?
Pressure switch in not in accidental. We are going to have a clear slide on this one in
Yeah.
further. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, just see. I think you are having this kind of system on board your ship. Can you see this one? Right?
No, sir, not this way.
No, no, this one. Look at the cabinet.
Yeah, yeah, sir. That's I'm seeing.
Yeah, not like that.
Not like that, sir. No bottle walls were there.
No bottle wall. How
Yeah.
it's possible? On every cylinder, you will be having wall on the bottle. Just see if you can see any of these pictures where you can tell me this was particular system on board your ship.
No, 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 sir. Maybe I am forgetting them.
Yeah, you have bottle wall always, na? You must have seen your refrigeration bottle, your various bottle on board the ship. They always have the wall, right? All the bottle must be having a wall. Nitrogen bottle.
Yeah, yeah, that
Ox-
because they are independent bottles. They
Yeah.
have the
So it might be possible you don't have these wall.
one and two.
Yeah, one and two. It might be possible, but you will be having one wall on the top. So this is one and two. So now what is you can open one, you can open two.
Yeah, it will do the system simultaneously.
Yeah.
And
If
delay
you are
will
going
be here only.
if you are
Yes.
going to open one, what is going to happen? Both air will go together. But normally they don't give like that. There should be two walls separate, like this one and two.
And so this time delay will activate as soon we will open this cabinet.
We have everything in the further slides. Okay. CO2 flooding system floods the protected space under fire with carbon dioxide, which displaces air, thereby removing one leg of fire triangle and extinguishing the fire. CO2 flooding system consists of main CO2 bottle, common manifold, master valve, and distribution valve, pipeline, and nozzle. Main CO2 bottle contains carbon dioxide in liquid state with a pressure of 56 bar at 20 degrees Celsius. pressure of CO2 at 25 and 30 degrees Celsius are 64 and 71 bar respectively. So it is important to keep the temperature of CO2 bottle low for limiting the pressure inside the bottle. So we cannot go for higher temperature inside our CO2 room. Is there any air condition in the CO2 room for maintaining the pressure? Temperature, sorry, not pressure. No, right?
Nothing,
No, sir.
nothing is
Yeah,
there.
nothing is there. So how they are maintaining the temperature? By insulating the room, right? You
Yes,
must
sir.
have seen,
Yeah,
even it
yeah,
is
Yes,
on
sir,
the upper
insulation
deck,
will be good.
yeah.
outside just to your machinery space. But whenever you are going there, you are feeling that the room is colder than outside, right? Because it
Yes,
is
sir.
well insulated. Okay. And why you want to keep it insulated?
Keep it cool.
Because
From
you have done the refrigeration with me.
Yes, sir.
So what was the temperature beyond which you cannot liquefy the CO2?
Vapor pressure.
What was that pressure?
So
Okay, just a moment. I'm going to open and show you that particular slide. What is that known as critical pressure, right?
critical pressure.
I hope you can see the refrigeration slide on your screen. So
yes,
what
sir.
is the critical pressure?
Sure, 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 sure.
The critical pressure of the substance is the pressure that must be applied in order to liquefy the substance.
Okay. More than critical pressure, here we are interested in temperature, right?
This is
So this was the scientist, French scientist, name was Charles. Okay. He observed that the carbon dioxide could be liquefied at 31 degrees Celsius at 73 atmosphere of pressure. But if you are going more than 31 degrees Celsius, even if you are going to apply 3000 bar pressure, it is not going to get liquefy. So that is why we have to keep our CO2 room cool. If you are not going to keep your CO2 room cool, and we don't require any blower or AC or something like that for maintaining that particular temperature, how we are doing it? Just by insulating the room properly. So here also you must have seen they are talking only about 30 degree. 30 degree, it is reaching 71 degrees Celsius. But if it is going to reach 32, CO2 cannot exist in the liquid phase. So if it is cannot exist in the liquid phase, what is going to happen? The pressure inside the
Bottle
bottle
will
is
increase.
going to get increase. And if the pressure will increase, what is going to happen? The bursting disc is going to
best.
burst and
Burst
release
and
the CO2.
CO2, yes.
So now you must have seen your deck guy. They are doing sometime chipping and painting and taking some electrical connection, or they are doing some job and keeping the CO2 room door open. Just tell them close the door, because if you are going to keep this door open for the longer time, the temperature inside will
Increase.
increase. And if the temperature will increase, you are going to lose your CO2 cylinders. And then your company will be asking how you lost the CO2, right? So next time when you are seeing such activity, just remind them.
Okay.
So it is that much critical, right? 31 degrees centigrade in regions like UAE and all. It's become very critical and stringent to keep the temperature 31. We should have a cold duct there.
But it never goes more than 30 if you are keeping insulated, because it's very highly insulated.
That is
You
well.
must have seen even on the bulkhead you have the lagging.
Complete silver lagging is the
Yes.
material A class.
Yeah, they have tested it. That is why they are not putting anything, na? They are building and they are checking it to the various temperature. Maximum temperature you can go only in the Gulf country, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
must have tested for that temperature, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then only they have decided there is no use. Obviously, if you are feeling like, then you can put portable AC if you feel like, but you cannot change anything in the structure without the permissions, right?
Yeah.
But it is highly insulated, it will never go. And if you still feel like, then do the boundary cooling. Nobody is stopping you from doing the boundary cooling, right?
Yes, yes.
Just start your fire pump and put one hose on the CO2 room.
So,
Seawater temperature always lesser than 33, right? Even in the Red Sea, you are not going up to 33. You are maximum going 31, 32, right?
Yes, sir.
And it never happened. Till now, it never happened with anyone. No?
but if we
But
think by 1 to 2 degrees centigrade rise in the temperature is really very critical if we think in this respect.
yeah, it is very critical. But
Yeah.
that is why you have to keep your door closed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like that nobody is losing the bottle. People are losing bottle. That is why they want you to test the quantity inside the CO2 bottle time to time, right?
Because mostly this CO2 room is very congested to either garbage locker or paint locker.
Hmm.
And firing these spaces are very common space like paint locker, and this fire could be very ridiculous for this CO2 room. Insulation, either the insulation has a very class approved.
Yeah, it is class approved. No? Everything is approved on board the ship. So normally it doesn't happen, and they don't keep paint locker quite close to the CO2 room. I have never seen anything
My last
like
ship CO2 room was 1000
adjacent to the paint locker.
meters adjacent to the paint locker. And
Then
we
they
have
should
fire.
design it wisely, no?
And
So
this same paint locker was adjacent to CO2 room, this oxygen acetylene room.
they are making this ship very vulnerable to,
Get fired.
yeah, if anything is going to happen in oxygen or acetylene room, it is just going to take your paint locker also, right?
Yes.
And vice versa. So normally we keep them apart. Normally what I have seen, the paint locker is on the starboard and your oxygen acetylene room is either on the poop deck or on the port side. And similarly for your CO2. But anyway, we are not going to,
Deep further.
yeah, because this they have already approved, so we cannot comment why didn't they give
Yeah.
the,
With class approved this.
yeah,
So we cannot
okay,
do it serious.
yes. So if your owner is more worried, then he can put one duct from your AC room.
Yeah.
So it is important to keep the temperature of CO2 bottle low for limiting the pressure inside the bottle. CO2 from the main bottle is released by the CO2 release cabinet, as we have already seen in the figure also. As soon as the release cabinet door is open, a micro switch is activated, and micro switch will ensure that activation of CO2 warning, alarm, and ventilation is shut off. CO2 release cabinet or release box consists of two pilot cylinder or bottle containing CO2 gas inside. The pressure of the CO2 gas inside this bottle is same as the main CO2 bottle. Only the quantity of gas is different. For releasing the CO2 to the protected space, one pilot bottle valve is open. Now CO2 reaches to wall number 1 and wall number 2. First valve is to be open is wall number 1, and then CO2 will pass through the non-return valve and open pneumatically operated master valve. Now master valve is open. Next, open valve number 2 in the release cabinet, which supplies CO2 to the main bottle cylinder head assembly through a non-return valve and a time delay unit. Head assembly consists of the pressure operated cylinder valve, and this pressure operated cylinder valve prevents CO2 from the bottle coming to the manifold. As CO2 reaches the head assembly from the pilot bottle, pneumatic actuator in the head moves and open the pressure operated cylinder valve. Then CO2 from the main bottle escape to the manifold via the non-return wall, as you already seen in the figure also. Each of the main CO2 cylinder have head assembly and non-return wall. The pilot CO2 line is connected to all head. All CO2 from the main bottle is now released to the common manifold. Since the master valve is already open, the CO2 from the main manifold is released to the protected space through the distribution pipeline and nozzle. There are two CO2 release cabinet. One is local and one is in the local release unit located in the CO2 room itself, and one more for the remote release cabinet unit, which is located in the remote place such as your fire control station. This facilitates the operating of the CO2 flooding system in from a remote place other than CO2 room. Both release cabinet are connected in parallel and non-return wall fitted in the line prevent the backflow of the CO2. Also, two pilot bottle of CO2 are placed in the release cabinet. Only one is sufficient for the operation of master valve and as well as your CO2 from your bottles. CO2 flooding system explained here, but I already told you this is only for one space. If you want to design for another space, just put a one more master valve and one more cabinet for opening the CO2 bottle. Now we are going to see why do you require the time delay unit? We already discussed this thing. The one
Yes,
for so that your master valve can open without pressure and people get time to escape in case
escape
of
from the.
accidental release, right?
Yes, sir.
Because if it is a planned release, obviously you have taken the head count, right?
Yes, sir.
CO2 from the pilot bottle is in release cabinet reach the main CO2 cylinder head assembly through a time delay unit. The function of the time delay unit is to supply the CO2 to head assembly for 60 to 90 seconds. In other words, when two wall in release cabinet is open, CO2 reach only after 60 to 90 seconds to the head assembly. Reason for providing such delay in the CO2 system are as soon as the CO2 release cabinet open, alarm is sounded in the protected space. A time delay of 60 or 90 seconds give the sufficient time for any personnel in the protected space to escape even after CO2, even after operation of both the wall in the release cabinet. If the CO2 is released from the main bottle to the common manifold before opening the valve, there may be difficulty in operating the master valve because of the bulk CO2 pressure acting on it. And the third thing is, it is the requirement under your FFS code. The pre-discharge alarm can be automatically activated and the alarm shall operate for the length of the time need to evacuate such space and it should not be less than 20 seconds. Okay, so minimum time delay should be there for the 20 seconds. So how does this time delay unit work? Do you know how does it work? Okay, this is the figure for the time delay unit. This line is coming from your pilot cylinder. This is going to your main CO2 cylinder for puncturing their valve. This is a solenoid operated valve. This is a timer. This is a bellow and 220-volt unit electrical supply, which is always there. So how it is going to open? Can you tell the working now?
This pressure switch, the bellow will raise up,
Expand.
expand, and that will make continuity to the circuit, and this will operate the solenoid. No, the timer is there. One timer
Yes.
is there.
Still the timer is there, and whatever time you have set, it is going to hold the electrical supply for that particular time. And finally, once the time has passed, then it is going to open the solenoid valve. So this is how your time delay unit work. The time delay can be activated in different way. Out of these two type of time delay unit is commonly used in CO2 system on board the ship, and one is electrical type, which we have already discussed. The power source is always available for the unit. For the time delay unit, it's always available. So somebody asked me in the last class, what is going to happen even if our main generator as well as emergency generator is not running? So the power will not be going to this time delay unit. right? If no emergency source, no battery, no your main generator, and you have the fire also. So how this time delay unit, you are going to open this valve? There is no electrical supply. So do you remember the first slide? I told you there was a bypass line,
Bypass one.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just remember that figure, okay? Because all of the answer will be covered in that particular figure only. When CO2 from pilot cylinder reach the time delay unit, the pressure act on the pressure switch and this close the pressure switch, but the timer power supply to solenoid only after 60 to 90 seconds. The timing can be adjusted as required. As soon as the specific time is reached, the solenoid become energized and the valve is open. And this allow the passage of CO2 to the pressure operated cylinder valve to the main bottle. Normally, a bypass valve is fitted across the time delay unit, which can be used in case of unit goes defective. Any doubt up till now in CO2?
Clear, sir. I think.
Okay, if no doubt, then tomorrow we are going to see little bit about pressure switch, relief valve, dip tube function, and then finally we are going to see maintenance of CO2, what surveyor are asking many time, what you are going to do in 5 year, 10 year, and 15 year of time frame. Tomorrow we are going to discuss rest. Okay.
We'll
Okay, sir.
cover the calculation part also.
Yeah, it's there.
The calculation part, yes.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Okay, guys, thanks for your
Yes,
time.
this next for crude oil washing also can you take, sir?
Okay,
Regarding-
okay. You told me about this marble and extrude, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Thank you, sir.